Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel, and I'm so happy to announce that 2020 is over. Oh yes, I know so many of you are very excited about the prospect of this year being over, and we're here, you know what I mean? At the end of every year, even challenging years, I do think it's important to sort of look back and reflect on what the year has brought us and taught us. But I also think it's good to sit down and set some positive intentions for the coming year. And that's what I want to do today, because I really want to enter 2021 in a very relaxed, calm, and like centered place, if you know what I mean. Like, I just want to be ready for what this year is going to bring us, and that's what I want to do today. You know, I want to do some skincare. I'm going to do my morning routine, but we're also going to do some real deep self-care and mental care, reflecting back on the year and also looking ahead to 2021. So feel free to follow along with me. Maybe grab a journal or just follow along kind of in your head. It is going to be a little bit of a different video, but I think it's going to be really great. Now, big heads up, today's video is sponsored by Stylevana. They're an Asian beauty retailer. They've got Korean and Japanese skincare and makeup, plus some fashion choices as well. So, I mean, they've got a really well-rounded and real deep selection of products. Some brands you just can't find anywhere else. So all the products in today's video are from Stylevana, and you can find the links in the info box below if you want to learn a little bit more. And I also have a discount code for you guys if you want to do a little bit of your own sort of treat yourself in the new year haul. But right now it's time to get ready to look forward calmly to the new year. So if you're so ready, give the video a big thumbs up and let's get started. Now, most mornings I do not use cleansing products. I just wash with water. But because today's routine is really focused on like really cleansing for the new year, I do want to go in for a little bit of an oil massage. Now, I'm going to be using the Sioris Fresh Moment Cleansing Oil. And you know, we usually use our oil cleansers to remove makeup and sunscreen, but if you apply it onto bare skin and do a little bit of a gentle massaging action, you can actually help to lift up and remove impurities in your pores. This is a particularly great thing to do for congested skin. So what I do is I just use a couple of pumps spread all across my skin. Now, I do really recommend going in soft circles towards your nose. This is called going against the grain, and it's particularly good if you have clogged pores because it does seem to help lift those little gritties up a lot better. So you only have to do this for like 2 to 5 minutes to make sure not to press too hard or anything, and then rinse that away. And if you're lucky and if you're congested, you'll probably start to feel some little gritty hard bits coming out of your pores, which is super satisfying. Now, anytime I use an oil cleanser, I like to be really safe and follow up with a second cleanser just to ensure that all the residue has been removed. So this is the Be Plain Greenful pH Balance Cleanser. It is a fragrance-free cleanser, and it features 32% of mung bean extract, which is a little bit different, right? I think this is going to be particularly good if you're a little bit more oily, because it does have that real satisfying deep clean feel. Could leave some of us feeling a little bit dry, I will admit. So this is something that I just use a few times a week, not on a consistent basis. All right, let's get into this routine. And I want to start off with a cleansing breath. One of my favorite ways to just really kind of just drop into my body and clear my mind is starfish breath. This is super easy. We're just going to breathe in and out like real deeply, just kind of following the pattern of our hands. So we're going to breathe in as we go up the finger, and then breathe out as we go down, and then continue onwards. So follow along with me. This is the Round Lab Mugwort Calming Toner. So this features mugwort, sugarcane, and panthenol, and the texture is very watery. It's very light, quickly absorbed in the skin. This is something that you can really layer up a lot of times. There's really no moisture to this one. It's just really pure hydration. I'm probably going to do probably 3, potentially 4 layers of this toner. I don't find it to be the most deeply hydrating, but when I layer it up, I get the right amount that I need. So as I layer this up onto my skin, really paying attention to when my skin feels fed, I want to talk about the top 3 moments of 2020. And I want you to think of your top 3 moments too. For me, it was just growing my channel this year, and it's not necessarily about the numbers, which did grow, and I'm so incredibly every time I think about where I was this time last year versus this time this year, I can't believe it. You know what I mean? That's why I think reflecting back is good, because sometimes you just don't even realize how far you've come. It's not necessarily about the number of subscribers or the number of views, although that has grown for me and I'm very, very proud of that. I just feel like my channel has grown in a way, in the content, I think has gotten better. In editing, I think has gotten better. You know, I spent some time investing in some tech this year that has helped me become a better creator and editor and all of that. So I think just not only the channel in the vanity numbers has grown, but also myself as a creator, I feel like has grown, and I'm proud of that. You know, a second top moment for me, I would have to say, again, another slightly general kind of accomplishment or moment, I guess, in 2020 was the fact that I just had the opportunity to connect with so many other really fantastic people in the skincare community. Like the video I did with James Welsh earlier in the spring was super fun. I absolutely loved connecting with him. Making the video with Ali from Stratia, the CEO and founder of some of my favorite skincare products, to sit down and talk all about moisture barrier care in the summertime. That was amazing. And I just look forward to being able to connect more with everybody in the skincare community and maybe work on some projects together. And I guess my third moment would just be stepping into more confidence. You know what I mean? I think that I've always been a very confident person, and I do think that as you get older and as you grow and you get more experiences, you just naturally will gain more confidence. But I feel like there was an acceleration this year. For some reason, I just really feel so much pride and ownership and yeah, that's me. You know what I mean? There's just certain moments in your life where you do just kind of start to become so comfortable in your skin, so comfortable with who you are, and so proud, and you know what I mean? You're just you, and that feels so good. All right, so next up, I am going to balance out my skin with a little hint of moisture. This is the Illiyoon Ceramide 8 Water Lotion. So this is actually a mist, and it's actually, the formulation is very similar to the Illiyoon Ceramide 8 cream that I'm always raving about, that I absolutely love. Formulation is really similar here. We've got ceramide, we've got a little bit of ginseng extract in here. This product actually kind of reminds me of Cream Skin Refiner from Laneige, but it's much lighter and less, honestly, less greasy, less rich. So this adds just the right amount of balancing moisture to the skin without feeling really heavy. I think the mist format really helps with that. And like I said, Stylevana has some brands that you can't find anywhere else. You can find Illiyoon on other sites, just it's not super common, and Stylevana has a really good variety of Illiyoon products. So you can use this anywhere in your skincare routine. You can use this like I am in between toner and serum. You can use it after serum, right before your moisturizer, maybe even in the middle of the day as a pick-me-up mist. So as I just kind of pat that in, and already my skin is just feels so balanced. I'm going to talk about the top 3 lessons from 2020, and I want you to think about yours as well. The first thing that I really took on from this year and really felt like I had to face this and really understand it is that people move in and out of your life. You know what I mean? There are certain people who will be really important to you at a certain point in your life, but that doesn't mean that you're meant to kind of be together forever, right? And I mean this in so many instances, but some people make play a more important part of your life at a certain time, and then they might fade out a little bit, and that's okay. Something else that I really had to take on this year is the idea of a digital detox, and really learn that habit and that skill, which is to get the F off of your phone and your computer. It's overwhelming, and the way that the world works and the news cycle works and social media works is that it all comes at you like just relentlessly after the other after the other. It's designed to keep you scrolling and designed to keep you addicted and designed to keep your brain sort of like linked into this paranoia and anxiety and this just like, I swear I can feel my heart rate just go up sometimes because I'm just so like this to my phone, you know what I mean? And so I really learned the art of that. The third lesson I really took on this year was that learning is never over. And this is actually something that I truly believe in. I truly believe in always seeking more knowledge, always learning, keeping your mind open and being a lifelong learner on every subject, I think is really important. But really when it came down to Black Lives Matter earlier in the summertime, and we were really confronted with a lot, you know what I mean? And that's kind of why I come at with this whole learning is never done, because even if you think you have done enough, you probably haven't, right? Even if you think that you've learned enough or you understand it enough, I think learning is never over. And I think settling for, yeah, I've done that work, I don't think we should. I think that we should always challenge ourselves to, you know, learn more. When I say learn more, I guess what I really mean is just, in this particular instance, just have an open mind to other people's perspectives and experiences. You know, a little bit of empathy goes a long way in life, and just trying to take a minute or two to understand the journey that somebody else takes in this life that may not look like how you see the world will take you a really long way. Always trying to understand different people's perspectives and take that on and just have empathy for it is huge. It's a huge skill to cultivate, and it's a lesson I think a lot of us were faced with. I don't know if every one of us took that lesson on. I think that we will continue to be challenged with this in the future. So it's serum time, and I'm going in for the COSRX Pure Fit Cica Serum, and I was really excited to pick this out from Stylevana. Now this features a 76% Cica complex, so it's not just 76% of centella extract. We have centella extract as well as centella leaf and root extract, plus the 4 different active compounds of centella: madecassoside, asiaticide, asiatic acid, and madecassic acid. So the texture is almost kind of like liquidy gel type of texture. It's got some body to it, but it is a really hydrating type of serum. It's a little slip, but not really like super moisturizing, just really deeply replenishing and hydrating type of texture. There is some calming to this. It's not an immediate like boom, your skin is calmed, you know what I mean? It does have that, like, over time with regular use, you will find that your skin is just feeling a little bit stronger, a little bit calmer, maybe a little bit less red. I find it actually pretty nice, like really gentle, minimal, sensitive skin friendly serum. So now I want to talk about the new year and looking forward to 2021 and really focus in on 3 things that I really want to manifest for the new year or really invite into my life. And the first thing is an abundant mindset. You know, I don't want to focus on the things I don't have, financially, materially, what have you. I don't want to think about that. I want to think about all the things I do have and practice gratitude for what is already here in front of me. Stay in your freaking lane and just see what is all around you, because I promise you probably have some really great things that you're not really acknowledging. The second thing that I want to invite into my life is work-life balance. You can lose your free time when you love what you do and you work kind of non-traditional hours with non-traditional things. you do end up just kind of like pushing all your free time away. And I want to invite more of that in and really structure it in and really be like, no, it's time to take a break. Like, this is your break. This is your day off, or this is your afternoon, or whatever. I just want to make sure that I do that because I personally have a really hard time with it. And the third thing I want to invite in is creativity. I'm a pretty creative person. I do a lot of creative projects for work, right? But I want to, this kind of actually ties into work-life balance. I want to be able to do more creative projects outside of like my channel, you know what I mean? Just for the fun of it. Because I do find that when I give my brain that space to just play without any expectation, right, I get some really great ideas and it's just very fulfilling. And so I want to invite more time and more space for creativity in my life. Next up, eye cream. This is the Benton Fermentation Eye Cream. It uses a high amount of galactomyces ferment, which really helps to brighten up the under eye area. It also has Ceramide NP, and we have EGF, which is a very skin repairing peptide. My pro tip for you guys is, as you see when you squeeze it out, it has like a thickness to it, but you can just warm this up in between your fingers before you apply it, and then it just spreads so beautifully. It's not as thick. It just really benefits from a little bit of warmth from your fingertips. So now I want to talk about 3 things that I want to let go of in the new year in 2021. So the first thing, you know, I said I wanted to invite a abundant mindset. So I want to let go of a scarcity mindset. So I just want to let go of thinking about all the things I don't have. The second thing I want to let go of is, you know, just limiting self-beliefs. I think we all have stories that we tell ourselves, like the biggest one is you're not good enough, right? Or you're not ready. So I just kind of want to let go of some of those thoughts when they come into my brain, because you can't stop the thoughts from coming, but you definitely can give them a lot less attention and a lot less space. And so that's what I want to do in the new year. And the third thing that I want to let go is a classic, but it's a goodie, and that's not worrying about what other people think. Other people's opinion of you is not your business. Let them think what they want to, but honestly, it's not really your concern. So it's moisturizer time, and this is an old favorite of mine, especially for these cold temperatures right now. This is the Sioris You Look So Young Night Cream. Now, the real hero ingredients in this one is the 5% of Timanu oil, which is a very healing type of oil. It's also very good for helping to brighten up the skin. It's very repairing for scars and hyperpigmentation. It's just all around a really fantastic ingredient. This also features 5% of macadamia seed oil and 2% of shea butter, which should clue you into the fact that this texture is thick and buttery and rich and nourishing, and I love it. So now I just want to kind of reflect on one fun thing that you promise yourself in the new year. It could be really anything. For me, I think it's actually something I wanted to do this year, but it was impossible, and that's a vacation. And when I say vacation, I mean, I really do mean like going somewhere else. I work from home, which a lot of people do now these days, right? I work from home, so staycations definitely are a possibility, but there's nothing like getting out of that space where you live and work to really just force you right into relaxation mode. But that's actually something that I really want to work towards this coming year. So now it's time for, you guessed it, sunscreen. You can't go without it. It wouldn't be an AM routine without sunscreen, right? So Be Plain is actually a brand that I always look at when I'm on Stylevana.com, because they're one of the few retailers that carry this line. They're pretty up and coming and new, but they have really intriguing skincare products, and I was really excited to try this, and I'm so excited to put it in the video because I really like this a lot. This is the Be Plain Clean Ocean Moisture Sunscreen, SPF 50 PA++. This is a chemical sunscreen using Tinosorb S and Uvinyl A+. Now the texture is really light, it's really airy, and it's actually quite hydrating, which is always a surprise in a sunscreen, because I'm just so scarred for life by those really thick, hard to spread like American sunscreens, right? The texture is just so pleasing with this one. It feels really light, so breathable, really nicely absorbed into the skin as well. All right, so as I work this into my skin, the next thing I want to talk about is really defining this past year, defining 2020 with one word. If you had to use one word to sum up everything that happened for you this year or how you felt about this year, what would it be? And honestly, this was not hard for me to come up with a word. I pretty much thought of it immediately, and that is confront, which feels like kind of a negative word, I must admit. I don't mean it in a negative context, but I feel like 2020 forced me to confront a lot of stuff that maybe I was ignoring, maybe wasn't on my radar, just stuff that, like, you know what I mean? It made me realize a lot of things. It made me question a lot of things. It made me want to change a lot of things. You know what I mean? And so in a way, I feel like 2020 really forced me to confront a lot of stuff that needed confronting. Did you even apply your sunscreen correctly if you didn't get it onto your collar of your shirt, right? This is the Macqueen Better Than Kiss Lip Balm, and there's just a little hint of pink to this one. So I really like this one because the color is just like a really natural flush of pink on my lips, but the formulation is really balmy, you know what I mean? So it's moisturizing, it's really comfortable. I have really dry lips, so the fact that this like keeps my lips comfortable is like awesome. And of course, I want to set a word, really like a intention for the coming year. One word to define what we want 2021 to be. And I will admit I struggle to find my word, and you may struggle to find your word too. So just gonna like let that ruminate with you for a little bit, even if you don't have one for, you know, by the end of this video, just kind of keep thinking about it. But I did start to kind of return back to the same word, and that was bloom, or really blossom, which kind of mean the same thing, right? And I just feel like, you know, 2020 was definitely a year of accelerated personal growth. At least that's how I felt personally. And I feel like I've been doing a lot of work planting the seeds, planting roots down, right? You know, sowing the land, getting the seeds into the ground, really fostering that little seedling as it shoots out of the earth and starts to grow bigger and stronger and really stand on its own, right? And so that's kind of why I feel like when we arrive at this new year, it's almost like now it's time to reap the benefits of all that work, of all that planting and growing and sowing that we've done, right? Now it's time to have this beautiful flower bloom. All right, that was a very different video than I've done before, but I hope you really enjoyed it. I loved putting it together, and thank you so much again to Stylevana for sponsoring this video, sponsoring this self-care and mental care, and they definitely have sponsored my skincare addiction in the past. If you want to go check them out, maybe see some of the products that I used in today's video, everything is in the info box below, plus a discount code for you guys to pick some products up to treat yourself in the new year and save a little bit of cash. Now, if you're comfortable, I would really love to know what your word was for 2020 or what your word is for 2021. So let me know if you're comfortable in the comment box below. If you love the video but you're not yet subscribed to my channel and you want to see more from me, please consider subscribing to my channel. I release 2 new skincare focused videos every single week, and don't forget to turn on notifications. I hope you guys are healthy, happy, and safe wherever you are in the world. Be kind to yourself and others as we move into the new year. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.